1648, England. The English Civil War is nearing its end. Parliamentarian Oliver Cromwell is going to win. King Charles I is going to lose. And his royalist forces are being heavily pinned back. All the way back to Cornwall, which is way out west. Though they end up having to retreat to the Isles of Scilly, a group of islands off the coast of Cornwall that are owned by royalist allies. Meanwhile, the Netherlands have recently become independent from Spain, and the Dutch are celebrating the only way they know how. England had largely helped the Dutch during their fight for independence, and so the Netherlands were keen to keep this good relationship going. To do that, they supported Oliver Cromwell and the Parliamentarians because they were going to win. This led to the royalists on the Isle of Scilly seizing Dutch ships, and stealing their precious cargo. Dutch Lieutenant Admiral Martin Tromp demanded reparations for the stolen goods. The royalists said no. So Martin Tromp was pissed off. So pissed off was Martin Tromp that he declared war on the Isles of Scilly. Not on England, since that was mostly parliamentarians by now, just on those poor little islands. Oh, but look at them, they're so little tiny and small. Eventually, the Isles of Scilly were captured by Oliver Cromwell, the royalists surrendered, and Martin Tromp calmed down. So, that's that, right?
Wrong.
There must have been some sort of collective case of amnesia, because basically the Dutch forgot about the declaration of war. So even though, spoiler alert, there was no war, the declaration of war still stood, since there hadn't been a peace treaty, in the same way that North Korea and South Korea are still technically at war because of that. Many years passed, like ages, even longer than the wait for GTA 6 or for the next Beethoven project to drop. 355 years to be exact. In 1986, this horrific conflict came to an end when Roy Duncan, chairman of the Isles of Scilly Council, wrote to the Netherlands and basically said, hey, we've still got this war going on, I think. Could you stop it, please? And after the Dutch probably stopped pissing themselves laughing, they agreed, and the war was over. The peace treaty was signed, people paraded in the streets and partied long into the night. The red light district was as busy as it had ever been, as people were just so joyful at the end of this long, brutal conflict, with 0 human casualties, though I'm sure some feelings were hurt. There is some debate over the validity of the declaration of war in the first place, mainly since Martin Tromp was an admiral, so he didn't have any official say in declarations of war like that. And the Isles of Scilly being a part of England meant that it doesn't really work to declare war on one part of a country and not the country as a whole. If that was allowed, then I'd very much welcome the Norwegian invasion of Milton Keynes. So, was it a real war? Who knows? Probably not, but it sounds fun. What I do know is that Martin Tromp was probably very bored. I'm very hungry, like a big Dutch caterpillar.